In AutoCAD, you can apply dimensions on your drawing using dimension commands. You can find them in here, the Home tab, and then click here, this small arrow. You will see the dimension options. You can also find them in here in the Annotate tab, and then click here, this small arrow. You will see these same commands here as well. I'm going to show you how to apply these commands. I'm going to start with the linear. Click here, the linear. What it will do, it will apply a vertical or horizontal dimensions. I'm going to use this example. I'm going to apply a vertical dimension for this line. So I'm going to click endpoints. I'm going to click here, endpoint as well, and then place the dimension to the right. I'm going to repeat that, the linear command, for the horizontal distance. But this time I'm going to use the center point of this circle, and I'm going to click the endpoint of this line, and then we'll apply a horizontal dimension. I can do the same thing with a line as well. So if I apply a linear, I can click this endpoint, and click here. I can also click the line, but if I do that, once I apply the dimension command, you can see in here, instead of selecting the endpoint, I just click enter, and then I can click on the line as well. So there are two ways to do it. The next one I want to show you is align. When you apply an aligned, it will show you the length of the line. So for example, for a horizontal distance like this, it will work exactly the same as the linear. But if your line is at an angle, so align, I want to apply this line, this point, and this point, it will show me that distance of this line, the length of this line. If I do the linear on this same point, 2 points, it will just show me a horizontal distance or a vertical distance of that line, not the length of the line. So to find out the length of the line, you will need to use aligned dimension command. The next one I want to show you is angular. Basically, it's just apply an angle. So I click on this line and that line, it will apply a angle in here. If I click here and there, because this is a line, it will extend the dimension for me. I can do that in here as well, and here. So you can click that. And then an arc command is just the length of the arc. Now radius and diameter, just be careful on that. When there is a full circle, you should use a diameter to do this full circle, to apply the diameter for that circle. So for example, to do this, when there is a radius, this means that the partial circle or partial arc, then you can use radius. So for example, you use this. Now, can we use the diameter in here? Yes, you can. If I apply a diameter in here when this is not a full circle, you can. However, this is not a common practice. You do not want to apply a diameter when this is not a full circle. When you see a full circle like this, then you apply the diameter. When you see a partial circle like this, you apply a radius. So this diameter command is no good. So I'm going to again to mention it, for radius, it is a common practice to apply on a partial circle, not a full circle. So this will be a partial circle. Again, when this is a full circle, you use diameter. For these two, this is a separate dimension technique. This kind of technique is for printed circuit boards when you need to know the exact location of the hole, for resistors, for electronic components. Then the machinist will drill the holes accordingly. In this class, I'm going to skip that. You do not have to worry about that part. But in the future, if you have to do something like this, this will be another way to apply dimensions. For jog dimensions, you can use it. It is mostly for a big drawing, something that a large drawing that you need to shorten the dimension, otherwise dimension will be too big to see. So in my case in here, these are the very small drawings, so that will not make much difference. So I can do it in here. Let's say I can click that, and I want to have another point somewhere here, and I can have that little radius applied in here. But it will work very well when your arc is 10-inch long big or 20-inch big, so that your dimension don't have to go all the way to the center, away from the drawing. So these are the typical methods that you apply the dimensions.